Hey, welcome back. We are watching Fear the Walking Dead. I'm trying not to do spoilers for The Walking Dead because you can watch them separately, but I'll just go ahead and warn you guys stuff may slip out that shouldn't slip out, and so you may get spoiled. I'm all the way up through season 9 of The Walking Dead. I'm waiting on season 10. I'm waiting for the last episode to be filmed. It's shut down right now because of COVID. I don't know when they'll finish filming it, but I know once they finish it and air it, and then I don't know how many weeks I'll have to wait, but then Netflix will get it. I don't have AMC. I was looking at my TV trying to think of what it was. I don't have AMC on my TV, so I have to wait for Netflix. I could pay for the YouTube of what they've got, but they've got everything except for the last episode. So I don't really want to waste on another streaming service if I don't have to. And I don't have to. So I'm going to wait. So you can talk about anything up through season 9 of The Walking Dead and up to episode 4 of Fear the Walking Dead. Do keep in mind that other commenters may not have seen the other show, so I'm going to try not to spoil it for them. I ask you to try not to spoil it for them. There's things that I say that other people think are spoilery, but I don't think they are. So, who knows where to draw the line at that. But we are going to go ahead and get started and watch episode 4 of season 1 of Fear the Walking Dead. Not fade away. I wonder if that's a reference to they should pass away, but they're not. So now we're back in the pool. Or did I watch these in the wrong order? Did I accidentally watch this one? I did. I accidentally watched this one first. That's my screw up. I am so sorry, you guys. Let's stop. Let's go back to the menu. Okay. So I will catch this for the upload for the first one. And I will put a little blurb on the second and the third one. Totally did not realize. So it was not a flashback from episode 1. I haven't watched episode 1. So, welcome. We are going to watch episode 1 of season 1 of Fear the Walking Dead and see what I missed in the first one. And then things should be fixed. And I apologize. That is probably because of trying to get things straight in the first place. I told you it was acting kind of wonky. So, I'll get straight. I'm so sorry. All right, here's the pilot. So you're going to see this first and then wonder what the heck I was talking about in the other ones. Now you know we've seen 2, 3, and 4. So close yet so far away. The dog and then not fade away. So the pilot is the one I have not seen yet. That's all right. I'm probably spoiled a little bit, but we'll go ahead and watch it and see where we're going. And somebody is behind my back. Season 1, episode 1 of The Walking Dead. So he's in a drug house. I'm probably not supposed to know that yet, but so I imagine this is where something happens that he's like, no, you don't understand, to his sister in a future episode that I've already seen. It's a weird top. Kind of walking a little dead himself, isn't he? My guess is she overdosed and is now dead. Is throat ripped out guy gonna wake up? There's Gloria. Yep, pull those britches up. So that's how he ended up at the hospital.
You all right?
It's a Temple Hospital. Travis stayed, so Stacy's gonna take his classes.
Stacy can't teach his way out of a paper bag. You sure you want to be here?
Yeah, it's just for today. I'm good.
So now I know why she's so upset about the future episode.
Is somebody bothering you? Is it Dominic Fratto?
He's been okay. I tutor him now. Algebra 1. Remedial moron.
I did well in
So why
algebra.
the knife?
Straight A's.
Hey, I could expel you just for crossing the threshold with that thing.
Can't do it now, though.
No one's doing anything they think they are.
What? What are you talking
So Tobias already knows. Is the old man gonna die? Is she at the hospital now? What is she doing?
What's that?
Oh, raising him up.
Do I?
You need anything?
Hey, what more could I possibly need?
Nurse says the shrink will see you today.
Can't wait.
Sorry, Nick.
Hey, it's nothing new. Get my head shrunk, get out, get clean.
So, one of the inaccuracies in this is he would not have been left in restraints for this long. First of all, they're only put into restraints if they're immediately a danger and they are unable to de-escalate the person either physically or with chemical medication to sedate or calm them down. They get put into restraints, and then usual general protocol for restraints is they get checked every 15 minutes for their vitals to make sure they're still breathing, all that kind of stuff. So their vitals get checked every 15 minutes, and then the doctor is supposed to evaluate every hour, give or take. I think it's an hour for most policies, and see how they're doing. If they're no longer showing any impulsive, dangerous behaviors, then they have to be released out of the restraints. You can't just hold them in restraints all the time. That being said, I paused because at the prison, I had one who was in restraints. It was over the weekend, so it wasn't during the weekday when all the staff were normally there. I was the one who did the evaluation and staffed it with a psychologist who then ordered the restraints. The nurses still had to check him every 15 minutes or 30 minutes, something like that. He had to have somebody one-on-one with him, and that was the same for the hospital. There had to be a one-on-one person with him. There are certain things, depending on how long they've been in the restraints, that you have to do, like every 2 hours, let them up, use the bathroom, move their limbs, because your arms can get pretty sore being in certain positions, and your legs, same thing. So they had to let them up every 2 hours. The one at the prison, he had a face mask on too because he kept trying to bite the staff as they were trying to restrain him. The spit mask the face mask came off pretty fast though. I think it was only on for like an hour. But he was in restraints overnight, and I had to go in first thing in the morning on a Saturday and evaluate him to see if he could be let out of the restraints and all that. And he was pretty sore, even with the breaks that they were supposed to do. There's certain things that medical staff have to follow. and he is not showing any signs of needing to be in restraints. I don't know what he was first like when he was taken into the hospital, but they didn't say he was fighting staff or trying to hurt himself or anything like that. They only felt that him running into the traffic was the attempt to hurt himself. Just because somebody does that, you don't put them in restraints. They've got to be actively showing that they're trying to hurt themselves and that you're unable to de-escalate that with lower levels of intervention. So that soapbox is because this is a pet peeve of mine of things being shown unrealistically. If they do happen in real life, it is not somebody who's following good practice. I'll leave it at that. So, just a pet peeve of mine. He should have been out of restraints a long time ago.
Exactly.
Only a few hours away. Same state, same time zone.
Are they up in the scaffolding for the
You
lights?
miss me that much.
But I will miss you that much.
I just need to not be
And there's
here.
what I thought was a tattoo. Is that art? The old man's gonna die, and he's gonna have to kill
Sir,
him.
you okay?
His pants are huge on him. Is that the old man's pants? 'Cause he had jeans on, didn't he? And no shirt. He had that white cardigan thing.
Take me. Take me where it started.
To the church.
There's nothing left to see there.
And if I
Might
was
go
Liam
back.
Duke, I'd be singing the Take
Wants
Me
to
to Church
understand what he
song. I can't remember how it goes.
Hello?
You silly girl. What's your butt doing way up here?
There's no bodies.
Wish I could show you guys, but I'm not about to show you. And as soon as I move forward anyhow, she's going to move.
Maddie.
I'll see if I got a good shot in a minute. Hear the helicopters. The dog's barking. So Matt's not there yet. This must be when Matt gets bitten.
What the hell?
She's realizing that her son was telling the truth. And I just realized why he was limping in the future episode.
No. No, Cal. Hey, man,
So is he the dealer? I don't have a good feeling about where he's taking him. I'm afraid he thinks he's going to talk and he's going to try to do something to Nick to keep him from talking. That's the feeling I'm getting.
Hey, Cal. Cal?
Couldn't tell if he was just wounded or...
Self-defense.
He's not going to be there. We're walking around dead.
There's nobody there, baby. There's nobody there. There's nobody there.
He was. He was. Get in the truck. Let's go. Let's call Calvin and see what's going on.
Where's the blood? Guess he didn't bleed out very much.
God.
He's gonna start moving. Did it twist his head? Oh, no. They're figuring things out. They found him. That takes me to the second episode, which I thought was the first, or the third. My comments are going to be all screwed up, and I'm so sorry. Trying to think of where to start with comments. So I don't have a lot to comment on that first one. It looks like Travis is a teacher. And so then my one question is, why did they call him Mayor in episode, the first one I watched? Maybe I misheard them, but I thought they said Mayor. But it looks like he's a teacher, and literature seems to be what he teaches. And so she's a guidance counselor. At least that's what I gathered. Looks like Tobias is going to be kind of a recurring character until he's dead or not, or they're dead. It looks like Matt got bitten before he went to the beach, and so that's what that episode was about. Episode 2 was about. Just trying to think. I think because I watched it out of order, that didn't help with me figuring out how to comment on this first one, because my next one will be episode 5. But I at least see how it kind of came together. So there were 4 or 5 states that noticed this was happening in their states first. She's not laying down yet. She's kind of half sitting, half getting ready to lay down. My knee is right here. You can see the tip of it. So that's what's stopping her. I forget what I was just saying. I told you I'd be more scattered. Oh, so it started in 4 or 5 other states. So it didn't start in California. You know, something else that I think is an interesting commentary is that the drug trade, when we look at drug trends, most of them, not all of them, but most of them start off on the west side of the nation and kind of move their way to the east side. That's not counting the ones that start in the south in Florida and move their way up and out. I think Flocka started in Florida. I've only seen it a little bit here in North Carolina, but at least it didn't catch on yet here in North Carolina. At least not in the areas that I've worked. At first I thought, well, the infection started in California and is moving its way to the east. And so when we see Rick in the hospital waking up, you know, that's after other states have been dealing with it and everything. But that may not be true. I'm sure the diehard fans know the answer to this. I'm wondering how much time is in between episode 1, season 1 of Fear of the Walking Dead, going up to, keep my hand in frame, going up to season 1, episode 1 of The Walking Dead. How much time are we talking in there? Are we talking days, weeks, months? I can't imagine it being years, because they would have heard about it in Atlanta or Georgia if it had happened before then. if it had been happening for a year or more. So I don't know, maybe just a couple of months in between. But then I'm not quite sure how Fear is set up differently because we've had quite a few time jumps in The Walking Dead. So do I need to treat Fear with its own timeline, its own separate timeline? Even though I know that, Morgan is going to cross over at some point. And I'm trying to think. Morgan left before the 6-year time jump. And we've got 3, 4, around 4, give or take so many months of the first 8 seasons of The Walking Dead. And I know Fear started somewhere around 7, 8, 9, somewhere in there, of The Walking Dead. And the only reason why I know that is because I've noticed that that tends to be where people are throwing it in their reactions, is somewhere around in there. It could be just coincidence. Since you can watch them separately, you don't have to watch them together. So I don't know. But I would like to know the timeline for episode 1, season 1, and they might have thrown that up. And I'm so oblivious when they start throwing years and months up. I was watching Joe with Trophy Muncher. He is watching Giovanni Versace. I can't remember the full title, but he's watching that docu-series, that series based on real life events, and it's actually fairly close to the real life events. And so they throw up the month and the year. It's not just the year, the month and the year. And Joe was like, "Oh, wait a minute, I got to pay attention to the months too." Well, I don't even pay attention to years, so they might have flashed that up, and I totally didn't even pay attention. For those of you that know, I could Google it, but I don't want to Google it. What is the timeline for episode 1, season 1 of Fear versus season 1, episode 1 of Walking Dead? That might help me, might not help me. That's the 3rd time these headphones have cut off. Twice while I've been talking, once while the show was going on. And they were talking on the show. It wasn't a silent moment, and they cut off. Ugh. So to wrap things up, because I don't know how long these are going to last, they're fully charged. They should last a long time. I do have to wait on the DVDs to arrive to watch the episodes. We'll see how long this takes me, but I'll be binge watching each DVD, all the episodes on that DVD, and so that I can try to keep things going, especially now that I figured things out. All right, everybody, thank you for joining me. So sorry about screwing up the episodes. So episode 2, 3, and 4, I'm going to be saying things all wrong. Just ignore it. Episode 5 and on should be good. All right, thanks, everybody. See you guys for the next one. Bye.